Healing from a narcissistic relationship is not a normal breakup. You're not just crying for the person. You cry for yourself, for the version of yourself you suppressed to be good enough, for the energy you gave to someone who never returned it, for the time you wasted trying to explain your feelings to someone who never wanted to understand them. This wasn't love, it was a lesson. And even though the relationship was cruel, you're not at the end. You're just getting started. Love with a narcissist is not a relationship. It's a psychological trap that even the strongest woman can fall into. Because a narcissist doesn't just give you affection, he sells you a vision, the illusion that you finally found something special. And when you fall in love with it, it slowly starts to take everything away from you, your peace, your intuition, your voice, until you forget who you really are. But you haven't disappeared. You're still here, underneath all the chaos, the silence, the blame, and the game of love. And this video will help you start step by step, not from theory, but from a place where you heal through conscious phases. These phases are awakening, when something inside you screams that this is not love. Purification, when you start to tear the roots of illusion and finally feel that pain is purifying something. Ascension, when you no longer return to him, but to yourself. This is a video about how to get back to your center, stronger, clearer, whole. Waking up from a narcissistic relationship doesn't come like a slap, it comes like a whisper. Maybe you're lying next to him and you feel something is wrong. Maybe you just wrote a message and you're hoping he'll reply. Maybe you're apologizing for something you didn't even do. And somewhere deep inside, a silence tells you, this isn't love. That's the beginning. Awakening is the moment when the illusion begins to crumble. Not because he has changed, but because you no longer believe your own excuses. You stop believing that you were the problem. You stop believing that you were too sensitive. And finally, you start to see the pattern. How he gave you just enough to make you stay. How you kept telling yourself that this time he would understand. How you fell apart to pieces just to fit into his imagination. Your brain may still be in doubt, but your body already knows. She knows it by the tension in her chest, by the anxiety she has come to call normal, according to the silence that is no longer peaceful but suffocating. And you know what's fascinating about it? That you're still here. You're still reading. You're still searching for answers. There's still a flame burning inside you that hasn't gone out, even though it's been smothered. Awakening is not about ending a relationship. It's about not going back into it with your eyes closed. It may take a while before you leave, but something inside you will never return to the illusion. Wake up exercise. Write down your answers to these questions without censorship. When did I start to feel smaller in my own life? What excuses did I repeatedly make to stay in that relationship? What would I tell a friend if she were going through what I was going through? And now we move on to the second phase. Maybe you've already left. Maybe not physically yet, but inside you've said to yourself, enough. But why does it still hurt? Why do you miss someone who destroyed you? Why do you find yourself hoping he'll change, that he'll remember, that he'll understand you? That's not love. That's the end of the emotional dependency he's cultivated in you for years. This is the stage where the illusion has already broken down, but the feelings are still attached. Because your body doesn't believe you're safe yet. Because your mind is used to chaos, silence, regrets, and the crumbs of love that you had to fight for. And now that it stopped, there was a void. This phase is raw, it's a cleansing. It's the washing out of everything you've held back just to survive. What may surprise you at this stage? Memories that bring you to tears, even though you know it wasn't real. The urge to write, explain, finish something again. Self-blame like, maybe I could have been different after all. Physical reactions, anxiety, insomnia, fatigue. But you know what? It's all part of the cleansing. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You're just finally not censoring what you're feeling. What will help you at this stage? Truth diary. Write everything down, even things you've been hiding from yourself for a long time. Heal your body. Breathing exercises, movement, rest. The body carries the pain that the mind suppresses. Change your routine, places, music, clothes, everything that reminds you of you, let go. Don't explain. Those who love you understand. Those who make you justify leaving don't want your best. Exercise. Write and rewrite. Write a letter to that person, but not just to send it. Say everything you never could. And then you rewrite it, this time not as the woman who loved him, but as the woman who now sees the truth. Write it from a position of strength, from a position where you don't need it to know who you are. The final stage of ascension does not begin the moment you smile, not even when you say to yourself, "It's over." Ascension comes quietly. When you wake up one morning and you are no longer paralyzed by the thought of what you are doing. When you walk past the place where you were and you don't stop in time. When you listen to your own intuition and trust it. This is your return, not to him, but to yourself. What happens in the ascension phase? You start to feel like yourself without the need to be someone for someone else. You no longer see relationships as failures, but as portals to your own strength. You stop defending, explaining, and analyzing yourself. You start to create a new life, new relationships, new boundaries. And most importantly, you no longer define your worth by someone who didn't know how to love another person. This time, you are not looking for closure from his mouth. You are not looking for an answer in his behavior. This time, you are closing yourself with yourself. And when you look back, it's no longer despair, it's gratitude, not for what happened, but for having survived it and for having chosen yourself. Exercise. Anchor a new version of yourself. Answer yourself honestly and write on paper, who am I today after all this? What have I learned about myself that didn't exist before the relationship? What would a relationship that reflects the healed version of me look like? What you were looking for in him, security, recognition, love, you already have it all within you. You always had it. You just let it be taken away for a while, in exchange for an illusion. But now you're taking it back, and this time no one will take it away from you.